You're listening to Adam Yurchick recording for TCGplayer.com. Hello, thank you for joining me for round 2 of my Eldritch Moon draft on Magic Online. And I lost a die roll. He mulliganed, and I have a perfect hand with Tattered Haunter into Dragunder. I also have one of my best cards in my deck, Advanced Stitchwing. So this hand is awesome. I'm going to keep. He's down to 5. And he reveals Providence, gains 6 life. So he's really down to 4. So this is awesome for me. Going to have plenty of time to set up. So I'll start grinding him out with the Tattered Haunter, which he probably can't deal with, and go from there. Haunter is still better than Sanguinary Mage because it's going to deal more damage. So here's Always Watching, that's good, but if I can control his creatures, it won't matter. Nebulous of Dusk, that's the perfect draw on that turn. So now I have my aggressive clock going. He doesn't have much of anything going. And I'll just keep applying pressure. So awesome, another turn without a threat. Weaver of Lightning is not going to be great against his Always Watching, so I'll just play Sanguinary Mage. Maybe deal more damage once I start casting spells. And nothing. So I'll just attack him. Get Weaver of Lightning down. And he has Choking Restraints. I could drag under that, but because I drew a land, I'll just play a threat, and I'm actually going to play the Arsonist instead of the Stitchwing because it does more damage, and I'm not worried about blockers right now. Flying doesn't matter. I'm just going to get rid of his blocker or Uncaged Fury and just finish him off. And he doesn't even have a spell, so it gets huge. I'll attack. And I'll just deal 10. I'm not going to cast a spell. I'll bring him to 1. I don't want him destroying my creature in combat. I could have just cast Uncaged Fury on the Weaver and maybe done it, but not necessary. So he's out the game. His draw was obviously really poor. So I could make some changes. Possibly Falcon Wrath Reaver, because I think he's going to be aggressive. But don't think it's better than anything. I could just cut the Uncaged Fury, I suppose. I'd actually rather just have Make Mischief. And I'm going to go ahead and set at this. Make Mischief, obviously not good against Always Watching, but the spell is nice for some of my cards, and I think he'll have X1 creatures. And I don't really need more creatures of my own. I don't think I need extra power to finish him off. Especially not because his deck looks relatively controlling. So if it's not going to be a race, I really just want to grind him out. Alright, so this hand looks fine. I don't have a creature, but I have lands and spells. I have removal. I also have the combo of Tormenting Voice and Alchemist Greeting. So hopefully I draw a spell or a creature to play early, but this hand's going to be fine no matter what happens. I could use a Tormenting Voice on 2, but I'd rather just hold off for the Greeting. And looks like the Mischief is going to get put to use as long as he doesn't have Always Watching here. He doesn't. He pumps his creature, so I'll bounce it, and then I can just kill it next turn. Oh, he gets it back. Wow, impressive. I think I should just take a hit. That way I can kill his creature and get rid of his enchantment again. So I'll let him enchant it. Take it. And now I'll kill his creature. Hit him for a bunch of damage. And then hopefully make mischief this next turn. So he plays another Slayer, but I'll take out the 3/1, so he'll be putting it on his 3/2. Go ahead and play the Haunter. Attack him. So he just attacks. I'm going to block and then deal 1 to his creature. Definitely a good trade for me. So that works out. He plays Apothecary Geist, no life to gain. I draw Nibelisk of Frost, which is right on time because I'm falling behind. Hopefully I can just draw a spell, and that should be good enough to win the game. So even if he can play an arrest effect on Nibelus of Frost, it's still going to use the ability. So he probably can't get it off the board, so I should be in pretty good shape. He's going to be able to put pressure on me, but I can actually block his flyer. And if I draw even 1 spell, it should be enough to turn the tide to just take him out over the course of a couple turns. Alright, so he has another creature. I drop Brazen Wolves. Not awful. And I'll just attack with my Nibelist into his 2/3. I could sit back to block, but I know he has the enchantment. So if he plays that and starts attacking, I'll probably just chump. Because that's not really a race he can win. Although now with this life linker, it's a different situation. And I really don't want to block with the Nibelisk. I need it to just sit and play, and then hopefully I can get lucky, draw spells, and win. Alright, he slaps it on the life linker. He does not go for flying, and I cannot block it and take it out, so I just have to take it. Hopefully draw, drag under. Could have also chumped there, but I don't like doing that. Could have chumped with a Sanguinary Mage, because now I'll have to chump with a flyer. And he plays a 3-bit Inspector. I draw drag under. There we go. Can we kill him this turn? 1, 2. No, we can't kill him this turn. Not unless we got lucky. Hit another drag under. So I'll just get rid of his main threat here. And then I'll use the Nibblelist to tap his other flyer. To tap his flyer, rather. Could we have actually dealt 15 to him? Because if I could have bounced the one creature, tapped his Inspector, bounced his Apothecary, and he had nothing, he would actually be dead. Was not thinking about the Geist tapping as well. Hopefully should not matter at this point. That's actually awful. I could have killed him. Alright, let's get in. I'll leave back just the 1/4. Force a chump block. Oh, that makes me sad though. I'd love to kill my opponent if I can. It does walk into tricks in the format, prevents damage from non-humans. There are probably people who would say this is better because it plays around that. Maybe this is actually better. It's always great to kill your opponent faster, but maybe this is a situation where I don't actually need to do that. I'm better off just playing around more things. Because I'm not in imminent danger, and it's not likely he's going to have cards to get him out of this. If I think it's more likely that he has the fog than some other combination. He's in rough shape. He can't replay the 3/4 because then he's dead in the air. So I'm basically forcing him to have other cards here. It's just not really clear what he could have. I guess Explosive Apparatus would be the card that this actually walks into. And he concedes, I win the match. So thank you very much for watching, and please join me for round 3, the finals.